Welcome back to Speak English Like a Pro, the place where we're all about turning your English journey into something that lights you up, something that makes you feel unstoppable. I'm your friendly English coach, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here today. Whether you're just starting out with English or you're already chatting away but dreaming of that smooth, confident fluency, this video is for you. Today, we're diving into something truly special: how a positive mindset can unlock your English fluency and make the whole process feel like an adventure, not a chore. So grab a cozy spot, maybe a cup of tea or coffee, and let's embark on this journey together. Trust me, this is going to be a game changer. Let's start with a story that's close to my heart. A few years ago, I was teaching a student named Maria from Mexico. She was bright, hardworking, and had a solid grasp of English grammar, but she'd freeze up when it was time to speak. She told me, "I know the words, I know the rules, but I'm so scared of messing up that I just clam up." I could see the frustration in her eyes. She wanted to sound fluent, to chat with ease, but her fear of making mistakes was holding her back. Sound familiar? Maybe you felt that same knot in your stomach, worrying about mispronouncing a word or not understanding someone. I've been there too, not with English, but when I was learning Spanish. I'd stumble over words in a cafe, convinced everyone was judging me. But here's what I learned, and what I helped Maria discover: a positive mindset can transform everything. It's like flipping a switch in your brain, turning obstacles into opportunities. Maria's story has a happy ending, and I'll share how she got there, because that's exactly what I want for you. So, what does a positive mindset have to do with English fluency? Everything. Fluency isn't just about knowing tons of words or nailing grammar. It's about feeling confident enough to use what you know, to jump into conversations, to laugh off mistakes, and to keep going even when it's tough. A positive mindset is like the fuel that keeps your learning engine running. Think about how you learned to ride a bike or cook your favorite dish. You probably fell a few times or burned the rice at first, right? But if you told yourself, "I can do this, I'll get better," you kept trying. English is the same. When you approach it with optimism, curiosity, and a belief in yourself, you're not just learning, you're unlocking a whole new way of expressing who you are. Let's talk about what fluency really means, because it's not what a lot of people think. Fluency isn't about speaking perfectly or sounding like a dictionary. It's about communicating your thoughts clearly, even if you stumble a bit. It's about telling a story, sharing a joke, or ordering a coffee without overthinking it. My student Ahmed from Egypt used to think fluency meant never making a mistake. He'd get so hung up on getting every word right that he'd barely speak. But we worked on shifting his mindset. I told him, fluency is about connection, not perfection. We started focusing on small wins, like saying, "Hey, no worries," when he tripped over a word. Over time, he started chatting with his coworkers in London, laughing and sharing ideas without second guessing himself. That's fluency, feeling free to be yourself in English. One of the biggest mindset shifts you can make is to see mistakes as friends, not enemies. I know that sounds weird, but hear me out. Mistakes are how you learn. When I was learning French, I once told a waiter I wanted un chat, a cat, instead of une tasse, a cup, for my coffee. He laughed, I laughed, and I never forgot the word for cup again. My student Sophia from Brazil had a similar moment. She was nervous about speaking at a school event. worried she'd mess up her tenses. I told her, if you make a mistake, smile and keep going. People will love your effort. She did just that, and even though she mixed up a few words, her enthusiasm won everyone over. She said it felt like a weight lifted off her shoulders. Embracing mistakes with a positive attitude is like giving yourself permission to grow. Another way a positive mindset helps is by making learning fun, not stressful. If you see English as a mountain of rules to climb, it's going to feel exhausting. But if you treat it like an adventure, like exploring a new city, it becomes exciting. My student Raj from Pakistan used to dread studying English because he thought it was all about memorizing vocabulary. I encouraged him to find joy in it, like watching his favorite superhero movies in English. He started noticing phrases like, "you've got this," and using them in his own life. Suddenly, English wasn't a task. It was a way to connect with the stories he loved. He told me he started looking forward to practicing, and his fluency skyrocketed. Find something you love, maybe music, vlogs, or even cooking shows, and let English be your ticket to enjoying it more. Let's talk about confidence because that's a huge part of fluency. A positive mindset helps you believe in yourself, even when you're not perfect yet. My student Elena from Russia was super shy about speaking English in her study abroad program. She'd think, everyone's better than me, I'll sound silly. We worked on flipping that thought to, I'm here to share my ideas, and every word I say is progress. She started speaking up in class, even if it was just a sentence or two. Each time she'd tell herself, I did it, and that positivity fueled her courage. By the end of the semester, she was leading group discussions and cracking jokes in English. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build one positive thought at a time. Another mindset trick is to focus on progress, not perfection. It's easy to get caught up thinking, I'll be fluent when I know every word, or I need to sound like a native. But fluency is a journey, not a finish line. My student Carlos from Peru used to compare himself to his American coworkers, feeling like he'd never measure up. I told him to celebrate the little victories, like understanding a joke or explaining his ideas clearly. He started keeping a journal of these moments, like the time he ordered a sandwich without hesitating or he told a story that made his friends laugh. Those small wins added up, and soon he was speaking with ease, not because he was perfect, but because he believed in his progress. Try noticing one thing you do well in English each day. It's like collecting shiny coins that add up to treasure. Let's talk about fear because it's a big roadblock for a lot of learners. Fear of sounding silly, fear of not understanding, fear of being judged. It's all so normal. But a positive mindset turns fear into excitement. My student Priya from India was terrified of speaking English at her new job in Australia. She'd worry about her accent or forgetting a word. I told her to reframe it. Instead of, what if I mess up? Think, what if I connect with someone new? She started seeing every conversation as a chance to share a piece of herself. One day, she told a coworker a funny story about her hometown, and even though she stumbled over a few words, they bonded over it. That moment flipped a switch. She realized people cared about her story, not her perfection. A positive mindset is like a shield against fear. It lets you step into the spotlight. Another way to unlock fluency is to surround yourself with English in a way that feels joyful, not forced. My student Fatima from Turkey used to feel overwhelmed by English textbooks, but she loved music. So I suggested she listen to English songs and sing along, even if she didn't know all the words. She got hooked on artists like Adele and started picking up phrases like set fire to the rain that she'd use in her own way, like I set fire to my fears. It was playful, but it made her feel connected to English. She started singing in the shower, in the car, anywhere, and her fluency grew because she was having fun. Find your own English playground. Maybe it's watching sitcoms, following travel vloggers, or reading a blog about your hobby. When you enjoy it, fluency feels like a natural next step. Let's talk about practice, because a positive mindset makes it feel less like work and more like play. My student Hannah from Japan used to see speaking practice as a test, something she could fail. I encouraged her to treat it like a game instead. She'd challenge herself to use a new phrase every day, like, I'm all ears when listening to a friend. If she got it wrong, she'd laugh and try again. That playful attitude made her excited to practice, and soon she was chatting with her classmates without overthinking. Try making practice fun. Maybe talk to yourself in English while cooking or narrate your day like you're in a movie. Like it's like turning practice into a creative outlet. Another mindset shift is to see yourself as a speaker, not just a learner. My student Diego from Argentina used to think, I'm not fluent yet, so I shouldn't speak. But I told him, you're already a speaker. Every word you say proves it. He started introducing himself as Diego, who's working on his English, and it gave him a sense of ownership. He'd join conversations at his university, even if he only said a few sentences. Each time he'd think, I'm a speaker and I'm getting better. That mindset made him bolder, and his fluency grew because he saw himself as part of the English speaking world. Try telling yourself, I'm an English speaker, even if you're still growing. It's like stepping into a new role. Let's talk about patience because fluency takes time, and a positive mindset helps you enjoy the ride. My student Omar from Saudi Arabia used to get frustrated when he couldn't express himself perfectly. He'd think, why am I not fluent yet? I reminded him that learning a language is like growing a plant. You water it, give it sunlight, and trust it'll bloom. He started focusing on small steps like understanding a podcast or joking with a friend. Each step felt like a win, and that positivity kept him going. Now he's chatting away in English at his job, not because he's perfect, but because he stayed patient and hopeful. Give yourself grace. Every word you learn, every conversation you have is a step toward fluency. Another powerful mindset trick is to connect with others who are learning English. My student Lee from China felt alone in his language journey until he joined an English club at his school. Sharing stories, laughing over mistakes, and cheering each other on made him realize he wasn't alone. He'd say things like, we're all in this together, and it gave him a boost to keep practicing. The group would watch English movies and talk about them, using whatever words they knew. It wasn't about being perfect, it was about sharing the journey. Find your own community, whether it's online, at school, or with friends. It's like having a team cheering you on to the fluency finish line. Let's talk about visualization because it's a secret weapon for a positive mindset. Picture yourself speaking English fluently, maybe ordering food with ease, telling a story that makes people laugh, or giving a presentation like a pro. My student Juan from Colombia used to do this before bed. He'd imagine himself chatting with coworkers in English, feeling confident and relaxed. At first, it felt like a daydream, but it gave him something to aim for. He started speaking up more at work, and those visualizations became reality. Try picturing yourself using English in a way that makes you proud. It's like planting a seed in your mind that grows with practice. Another way a positive mindset helps is by making you curious, not critical. Instead of thinking, I don't know enough, ask, what can I learn today? My student Amina from Morocco used to beat herself up for not understanding fast talkers. I encouraged her to get curious instead, like a detective. She'd watch YouTube vlogs and try to catch one new phrase each time, like piece of cake or hit the nail on the head. That curiosity turned learning into an adventure, and she started understanding more without feeling pressured. Be curious about English. Wonder what a word means, why people say it that way, or how you can use it. It's like exploring a new world with a smile. Let's talk about gratitude because it's a big part of staying positive. Be thankful for every step you take in English, even the small ones. My student Miguel from Spain used to feel discouraged because he wasn't fluent yet. I suggested he write down one thing he was grateful for each day, like, I understood a joke today, or I said awesome and it felt natural. Those little notes reminded him how far he'd come, and it kept him motivated. He told me it was like keeping a treasure map of his progress. Try it yourself. Write down one English win each day, no matter how small. It's like collecting stars that light up your journey. Another mindset tip is to let go of comparisons. It's so easy to look at someone who speaks English fluently and think, I'll never be that good. But everyone's journey is different. My student Sophia from Brazil used to compare herself to her native speaking classmates, which made her feel small. I told her, your English is yours. It's unique and it's growing every day. She started focusing on her own progress, like the time she explained a recipe in English or laughed at a TV show without subtitles. Those moments made her realize she was already a speaker, just with her own style. Celebrate your journey, not someone else's. It's like dancing to your own rhythm. Let's talk about resilience because a positive mindset helps you bounce back from setbacks. Learning English isn't always smooth. You'll have days when you forget words or feel stuck. My student Priya from India had a tough moment when she blanked during a presentation. She felt embarrassed, but she told herself, this is just one day, I'll try again tomorrow. That resilience kept her going. And a month later, she gave another presentation that wowed her team. She said her positive mindset was like a lifeboat. It kept her afloat when things got rough. When you hit a bump, remind yourself, I'm learning, and that's enough. It's like picking yourself up and dusting off for the next adventure. Another way to stay positive is to make English part of your daily life in small, joyful ways. My student Fatima used to dread studying, but she loved fashion. So she started following English speaking fashion bloggers on Instagram. She'd read their captions, pick up words like chic or trendy, and use them to describe her outfits. It didn't feel like studying, it felt like fun. She'd say things like, my new scarf is so chic, and it made her English feel alive. Find a way to weave English into something you love, whether it's gaming, cooking, or scrolling social media. It's like sneaking vegetables into a smoothie. You're learning without even noticing. Let's talk about celebrating your wins because that's fuel for your mindset. Every time you understand a sentence, use a new phrase or make someone smile in English, give yourself a high five. My student Hannah would do a little dance every time she nailed a conversation, even if it was just ordering coffee. She said it made her feel like a rock star, and that energy pushed her to keep practicing. Try celebrating your wins, big or small. Maybe a mental yes or a note in your phone. It's like collecting trophies that remind you how far you've come. One final story to inspire you. My student Raj moved to Canada and felt overwhelmed by how fast everyone spoke. He was tempted to give up, but he watched my videos and started telling himself, I'm learning, and that's awesome. He practiced a little every day, watching vlogs, singing songs, chatting with coworkers. A year later, he was giving a toast at a friend's wedding in English, and everyone cheered. He told me, a positive mindset made me believe I could do it. That's my dream for you to unlock your fluency with a smile, a belief in yourself, and a heart full of possibility. So here's my challenge. Do one thing today to boost your English with a positive mindset. Maybe watch a fun video in English, say a new phrase with confidence, or write down a win you're proud of. Drop a comment below and tell me what you did. I can't wait to hear. Hit that like button, subscribe to Speak English Like a Pro, and share this with someone who's ready to shine in English. You're not just learning a language, you're becoming a pro. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll keep making English your superpower. Until then, stay awesome, stay positive, and speak English like a pro. Bye for now.